I don't know exactly when it happened, but at some point, gaming started feeling different. I still enjoy games, I still get excited when a new game releases, and I still spend way too many hours playing sometimes. But that feeling I had when I was younger, that feeling of discovering a new world, jumping into a random server and having no idea what's going to happen, it feels harder to find today. And I think a lot of gamers feel the same way. Games are bigger than ever, they have better graphics, bigger maps, and more players than ever before. So why does it sometimes feel like something is missing? What actually happened to gaming? Games used to feel like experiences, not products. I think one of the biggest changes is that games used to feel like complete experiences. You would buy a game, install it, and just play. You didn't have to think about seasons, battle passes, daily challenges, or what skins you were missing. The goal was simple: play and have fun. You would explore the game yourself, you would find secrets, try random things, and make your own memories. A lot of older games weren't perfect, but they had personality. Back in the day when you bought a game like CS or MW2, you weren't thinking about what the next update would add. You were just excited to come home, play some multiplayer, and see what's happened. Today, a lot of games are built differently. Many games are designed around keeping you coming back every single day. Daily rewards, limited time events, and cosmetics are everywhere. And there's nothing wrong with having updates or extra content. But sometimes it feels like the game is less about creating a great experience and more about making sure you never stop playing. The community feeling changed. I think this is probably the biggest thing many people miss. Older multiplayer games were not just about the game itself. They were about the people you met. You would join a random server and start playing with people you'd never met before. Maybe you'd become friends with someone you met in a Counter-Strike server. Maybe you would spend hours on a random Minecraft server. Maybe you had a clan, a forum, or simply just a group of people you played with every single week. The community was part of the game. Even something like a old CS Surf server had their own personalities. You would recognize regular players, talk to people, and just mess around. Today, a lot of multiplayer games are focused around matchmaking. You join a game, play with random people, and then everyone disappears after the match. There are still a great communities today, but many games don't naturally create those same social moments anymore. We stopped exploring and started optimizing. Another big change is how we play games. Back then, you discovered things yourself. You didn't always know the best weapon, the best build, or the fastest way to complete something. You experimented. You made mistakes. You found things by accident. Today, we have information about everything. Before a game even releases, there are guides, tier lists, rankings, and videos explaining the best way to play. And again, there's nothing wrong with that. I use guides too. But sometimes I think we accidentally remove some of the mystery from gaming. Instead of asking, what's possible in this game? We ask, what's the most efficient way to beat this game? Sometimes it feels less like exploring a world and more like following instructions. Nostalgia plays a role. Now, I don't think gaming was always better. A big reason for all the games feeling special is because we were younger. Everything was new. The first time you played a huge multiplayer game, the first time you explored a massive world, the first time you made friends online. Those moments are hard to recreate. We also had more free time. When you were younger, you could come home from school and play for 6 hours without thinking about anything else. As adults, we have work, responsibilities, and less time. So maybe part of what we miss isn't just the games. Maybe we miss who we were when we played them. But I also don't think nostalgia explains everything. Games that still capture that feeling. The good news is that great game experiences are still out there. Games like old school RuneScape are a perfect example. The game is old, but the community is still alive because players create their own goals and their own stories. Indie games are also another example. A lot of smaller developers focus on creativity and making something unique instead of creating another system to keep players logging in. Games that give players freedom, encourage communities, and let people create their own memories still have that old feeling. Because at the end of the day, the best games aren't always the one with the biggest budgets. There's the ones that makes you remember the moments you had while playing. Maybe a game didn't completely get worse. Maybe we're just chasing a feeling we had when everything was new. The first time loading into a game, the random friend you met online, the moment you were discovering something without anyone telling you how to do it. Those moments are what made gaming special. But I do think there are parts of old gaming worth bringing back. More community, more creativity, more games that feel like experiences instead of just the products. Because years later, we usually don't remember the battle pass we completed. We remember the random moments that happened along the way. And maybe that's what gaming was really about. Thanks for watching.